All right, people. How's everybody doing? So video's gonna be hopefully short and quick. I doubt it though. In regards of chai battery that I ordered. Originally, I ordered the chai battery. Pay hefty money for it. Okay. Let's just say average battery like that is about $2,500, which is steep, right? So in regards to this whole situation, order the battery. Apparently, chai build it and within like 20 days they completed, mail it to me or shipped it to me. I received it. I have a video. If you look, I opened the battery. I pulled on the discharge cable, which is QS10, and the thing was going in and out. By the way, I don't think this is gonna be for kids. So if you're a kid, don't watch it. I'm more restricted from kids watching it. And it was fucking bananas. It really was. Craftsmanship was pathetic for that kind of money. Pathetic. I would throw it straight in the garbage. So here's the thing. Knowing that the discharge cable is going in and out, it's not sealed. There's nothing to indicate that was waterproof proper way. It was just a sloppy job. It really was. Somebody just got it, put it in because the computer obviously, does major of the work. Anyway, moving forward, the XT60, there's a flap that closes it. It's a dust cover. It's not waterproof, it's just dust cover, and somewhat water resistant, so the water doesn't splash inside the XT60. So we don't short out the battery. We don't get any water accumulation, any sweating because of the humidity, especially here in New York. So that cover, flimsy. I looked it up. AliExpress charges $2 for that cover. Pathetic. The I guess the XT10. I'm sorry, XT10. QS10. I've seen it for as little as $30. So that's not much. So I guess we're paying for the cells, right? And computer labor. So I says, great. Let me hit them up and see what happens. So they were very nice and professional with the emails. Joshua answered once, then somebody else. But anyway, long story short, I now have to pack it all up, which they sent me because UPS, screwed up the box. So they sent me a new box, and I got it, let's say, hypothetically, on a Monday. I shipped it out to them on a Monday. They were closed on a Thursday, Friday because it was New Year. So they had to deliver Monday, right? Good. I described the situation in regards, and I'm going to try to attach some pictures. I described the situation, how, what, and where. This is, we're going to address it. No issue whatsoever. We're going to put it under warranty. Which kind of sucks because, like, I didn't fuck this shit up. You did. You did a lousy, sloppy job, and your battery came all fucking crooked and dyslexic, right? I mean, how do you gonna yank on a discharge and take cables and they just fucking going in and out? Like, how bullshit. For $2,500, you kiss my ass, and you gotta still pay me extra. So got it. This is like, okay, great. We injected some sort of, I guess, construction silicone, concrete silicone, whatever it is. It's pretty good stuff for that purpose and I guess that application. She says, okay, now it's going to cure, for 2 days. I'm like, whatever. I mean, you could fucking cure when it's being shipped, but whatever. You want to make it perfect now, big too late, right? While we're having this conversation, going back and forth in the emails, I sent out a few pictures to them how they used to build the batteries with those nice big silver watertight kind of wire butt connectors, you might say. I mean, if you guys bought chai battery before, you know what it is. On the discharge cables and the charge cables, they have those silver sealed. In other words, when you squeeze them, it gets tighter, waterproof, right? I'll put a picture. So I did that, and I said, like, look, this is a solid build, solid battery. Can I have that? No answer to that email. All the other emails were answered, not to this one. Great. Of course. I just let's see if because they promised you they're going to do a fucking great job this time, which you should have had done a great job the first time, but you didn't, right? So whoever works with you, assembling these fucking batteries, obviously they don't give a shit, right? Okay, and they charge arm and a leg, fucking pathetic. What a steal, right? And I also say, look, the charging, kind of input is screwed up because the flop doesn't go back into the battery. So, so I get the battery pretty fast. I get it like 2 days, which is fucking awesome, right? I got it like yesterday, right? So today is the 14th. So I got it January 13th, right? 1 day earlier than expected. So it was being expected on Wednesday, the 14th, right? That'll be the 13th today. I'm sorry, the 14th. Jesus. Okay. So now I get it. I'm like all happy and shit. I'm gonna include the video, and I'll look at the discharge cables. Yeah, the sleeve is not perfect. If I was doing this battery, the sleeve would be pretty much going all the way through the battery wall, right? All the way through, and then silicone the shit. I mean, they literally had silicone with a box silicone. They'll silicone the whole shit. Even the silicone is coming out from underneath. Another shitty job. But let's just assume that they were like fucking pissed and like, this guy's complaining about this small bullshit. Let me fucking shove like 50 pounds of silicone, right? Great. Some construction, great. And so I'm looking, it's like, this fucking thing is just, spitting fucking silicone block one. I move forward. I says, maybe they did a great job with the charging port. Same fucking thing. Somehow, somewhat, they managed to have it go inside, which is bullshit. It's pathetic. It should be a better quality, not a $2 input. And very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. Very happy with communication, but that's one or two people. Well, actually, I was communicating for first 2 days with two people, then with one person, and that was that. And did not get what I wanted. Did not get the silver waterproof tight butts. Didn't get that. The XT60 charging port wasn't improved. It is so easy to change the flop, the cover, the dust cover for these charging ports, especially when you're in that business. I'm not telling you to fucking start doing welding on the chassis, right? I'm not telling you to fucking build a motorcycle, because that's not your thing. Your thing is to build batteries for living, and you managed to fuck that up. Saying that, the communication, like I said, was great, but the craftsmanship, the skill, the appearance, the whole process, it was just negligence. It was bullshit. For all that fucking money, $2,500, you fucking slap shit together, put it in a case, and you're like, give me money. So yeah, these are Mali cells, right? P45B, very, very good cells. I totally agree. All of the cells are balanced and even. When I got the battery first time, no instructions whatsoever. How the fuck do I get into a BMS? Nothing. It's fucking guesswork. I literally had to Google it, go to different groups, chats, and find out that's it's a ANT Bluetooth software that you gotta kind of like unzip it. You gotta download it, then unzip it, right? And then it will go to your phone. Which nobody told me that. So that was a fuck up. Third thing, because we got charging cable, we got discharge cables, wires. Third thing is the kit for extended battery for eRide Pro. It fucking shame on you, Chai battery. Shame on you. there is no grill that would go over the seat, so it looks aesthetic. It looks nice, appealing. You have a fucking metal piece with a small little hole that the cylinder head has to go in, which is so difficult to get it in, right? You have no grill cover that covers all that height. So now the battery, the seat looks completely naked, and then you have those two pins from the battery cover that are screwed. So when you move back and forth, the screws get loosened. When you want to put the battery in and close it, the cover shifts left and right. What the fuck is that? It's supposed to be solid. It's supposed to only go up and down, not sideways, backwards, and forward. It's bullshit. That's impossible. It's like having fucking wheels doing alignment, and regardless, you're done with the alignment. One wheel is to the left, the other one's to the right. It's fucking. It don't work that way. You don't fucking do it that way. So there was no thought behind this shit. I've seen different extensions like 60 volt, 60 amp hour. Chai battery extension for Suran, awesome build. And I actually purchased that from somebody from eBay. He was asking like $39. I gave him like 28. He took it, right? So I'm going to try to do that. The cylinder from Suran fits E-Ride Pro. I bought the cover from Suran, and I bought the extension kit for the battery 6060, and see how that's gonna work, because the top cover should not move forward, because that means you can take out the battery. You can literally put your finger there, or you can, because it's this high and the pin goes this way, you can move this pin to the left and just unlatch the battery. If it's a fucking $2,500 battery, I leave the bike outside for fucking 5 minutes. You're gonna come, you're gonna shift it to the side, and you're gonna take my battery out. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Where the fuck is the security? There isn't one. Well, with the battery, we fucked that up too, and now we sold it to you. We sold it to you. I fucked that up, and so the cover for the battery shouldn't move forward, shouldn't move backwards, shouldn't move to the left, should not move to the right. The locking pin should not be this fucking long, because it's stupid, it's pathetic, it's unethical. Okay, not doing that. So they fucked that up too. It just looked like a fucking Frankenstein, battery cover. It's pathetic. So I am disappointed at the build, the craftsmanship, the quality. I'm disappointed at the extension kit for the battery. Fucking completely pathetic. Don't ever send that out, because you're embarrassing yourself. Okay? And I'm extremely disappointed with the charging port. $2 charging port. $2. I mean, I know the Molly shells are like $7 a piece. 54 amp hour, 72 volts. All right, I'm not. I guess I'm not paying for the aesthetics. I'm not paying for the looks. I'm just paying for what the gut is holding and how well she's going to work, charge and discharge. So, and it's funny because the button on a side, turn it on and off, that's only for the screen. That's not even for the battery. The battery always puts out energy. So, interesting. And I'm also disappointed because there were no instructions how, what, and where. Saying that, there were instructions in regards of the charger. Chargers are good quality. You can charge, I believe, anywhere from 72 to like 130 something. So it's a very useful charger. It will operate at 110 and 220 volts. So you can go to EV and sit there for fucking 6 hours, because it's a 5 amp charger. I'm not complaining about that, because I knew what I was getting. They do have a charger for 45 amps, but they're asking, they're asking $400. AliExpress is asking for the same charger, $300. Okay, The website, Chai, says that you can charge this battery up to 25 amps. I do have a charger for 20 amps. However, the battery itself, and you'll see it on the video, says that I can charge this battery at 45 amps. Of course, me not being the retard that everybody thinks I am, I emailed this young lady. I says, is it true? Can you confirm? And I'm being fucking blank to the point. Can you confirm that I can use a charger that will charge this battery at 45 amps? She answered yes. However, anything charging over 30 amps, we want you to monitor battery. I says, great. I got confirmation, so I can go ahead and reach out to AliExpress and take a swing at the 300 and use that charger. Now, there's different ways of doing things, right? We all know we don't want to always charge 45 amps. We all know that. The beautiful thing about this charger, and I'll try to put a picture, is that it could be charged anywhere from 5 amps to 45 amps. So let's say I'm in a house, I can put 5 amps, 10 amps, right? And if I am on a road and I need to, like, let's say I'm in a city, get to an EV station, plug it in. Obviously, I don't want to charge at 5 amps. I want to charge at 45 amps because in 1 hour it would give me 45 amp hours, right? So the battery is 54. So would I get so low all the way to 10 amp hours? I don't really think so, right? So you wanna charge when you like at I guess 65, right? Also, the discharge cutoff on this battery is 58, which is sweet, right? So I can literally set it, I guess at 60. So she cut me. I mean, it says cutting off point, right? So I can set. Well, I cannot set it at 58 because then when it's drawing the amps, it might fall below 58. So probably 60. I gotta see the sag on the battery when I accelerate. If it's 4 volts, I should just accumulate. I should just say that when it's 62, she should slow down and do it that way. But that's actually a cutoff, so she should cut off at 58. So she should no longer work at 58. So we'll check on that when we do the wrench test. I'm dying to see the wrench test. I'm dying for you guys to see the wrench test. I'm dying for you guys to see the performance. Unfortunately, I'm already expecting that my QS 5,000 kilowatt motor is going to give out on this battery. We can do it 2 ways. One way, we can start it nice and slow with 170 DC amps, but we're not going to do that, obviously, right? We're going to start with 200, see how she operates. That will give me a quite a bit of torque because 200 is like, what was it, 15,000 kilowatts. At 350 DC amps, that's going to give me 25,000 kilowatts. So that's E-Ride Pro SR right there. So the battery is capable easily to put out 350 DC, no problem whatsoever, because the specs are I believe at 450. So that's not a problem. Now we have the battery. What's holding us back? The motor. We do know, or you do know, that I do have the the 50H 160 QS 164 or 165 50H 10,000 kilowatts nominal, 25,000 peak. We have that motor is from the 3.0 E-Ride Pro 3.0 and the SR. So we know SR is pushing 25K. So we're good. Do I really want to fuck around with it? Willingly just swap the motors and see how she operates. And I was told that she fits perfectly with no shims, no nothing. So we'll see about that. We'll double check on that. But I'm not gonna swap it until this fucking motor dies. So I actually might get stuck, which I don't want to. So secondly, we need to think about the belt. Are we going to stay with the belt, or are we going to swing over to a chain, right? For the secondary pulley. The primary pulley already has a 420 chain. So secondary pulley, do we go with the chain or do we go with the belt? Yes, I know people saying like, yeah, but you know, you gotta twist your fucking axle and this and that, blah blah blah, your shaft. So from a website, you can get a hardened steel shaft that goes onto the motor, so that's not a problem. I do like the belt. I go with the heavier duty belt and just shove it in there. This current belt has been doing great, so that's cool. But this is really standing. I'm fucking completely disappointed, very disappointed. It is not even funny. If I was doing this again, I don't think I would go with Chai. I really don't. I would give it a shot to Powerful Lithium, honestly, just to see how they operate. Their build quality looks more solid. I guess they have more to prove, where Chai Battery's already established business. They could fucking kill us. Give me your money. We'll stop shit together and let's move on. Hopefully I have no issues, no problems with this fucking battery, because if I do, I'm gonna go fucking bananas on everybody. But that's what I got today. You guys continue, watching this channel. Subscribe, put your notification on, so when I put out these videos now with the new battery into the season, we'll see how it behaves. For the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be cold as hell, 22 degrees, so we're not gonna go nowhere. Last week is fucking awesome. When I mailed the battery, it was freaking awesome. So I could have actually, what I could have done. Come on. What I could have done, if I had the battery, gone on the right, but I didn't. So that was a mess. We'll see what happens. Subscribe and continue watching and see how this battery goes. Maybe it could be it should be. It's a moly cell, and it will be great performance. And we'll be very happy and kind of like look beyond the small cosmetics, right? You never know. Until next video, take care.